What's up everyone, I'm Noah from American Trucks, and in front of me I have the Ram officially licensed locking roll-up tonneau cover for the 09 to 18 Ram 1500 with the 5.7 foot and 6.4 foot box without the Ram box. When I was in high school, I wanted a tonneau cover for my truck in the worst way, and I really do think that tonneau covers are an iconic upgrade that serves an excellent purpose without looking like a cap. If you're on the market for something to keep your bed dry and covered from the elements, then this Ram licensed tonneau cover will be a perfect option for you to consider. Really, the main draw to a tonneau cover is its sleek design. It is low profile, completely flat, and they aren't massive and bulky like a cap. Now, when you want to get access to the bed from above, you don't need to pull the entire cap either. Now, this one in particular is a roll-up cover, which means it can be stashed away even smaller than some of the other fold-up options, and it's going to be much lighter than the other kinds as well. Now, it's even possible to see up to a 10% increase in gas mileage with the tonneau cover as well, because the open bed can't act as an air dam. Now, just the icing on the cake, this guy is officially Ram licensed. OEM standard stuff is always the best, and this cover has the official Ram logo right on it. This soft cover is held on by a clamp-on heavy-duty aluminum frame. Now, this frame is lightweight, but it does provide a nice rigid surround for the cover. One of the worst looks for your truck, in my opinion, is a faded, cracked, and nasty tonneau cover that looks like it's been in the desert for 10 years. Now, luckily, this cover is made from a weather-resistant, leather-grained, vinyl-coated polyester fabric that will hold up to the beating of the sun and any other nasty elements or terrains you might find yourself in. In terms of price, this tonneau cover comes in right around $300 all said and done. Now, since this guy is a roll-up cover, it definitely cuts the cost that you'd see with an all-metal single piece or a folding cover. Just because it's cheaper, I wouldn't say that a roll-up tonneau cover is a downgrade compared to the other cover options, because they have their own benefits and serve all their own purposes. Now, all in all, this Ram roll-up cover is a great investment to make, in my opinion. Looking at the installation now, it is very simple and straightforward, which is another perk of a roll-up cover as opposed to the other covers that come in 7,000 pieces. We're looking at about an hour install time with a difficulty at 1 out of 3 wrenches, but that's enough for me. I'm gonna hand you off to one of the guys in the install bay, and they're gonna walk you through the install process step by step.
The tool you're gonna need for this install is a 5mm Allen key or the included key in the kit. What's up guys, today we're going to be installing a tonneau cover on our 1500, so let's get started. Alright guys, so our first step, we're going to grab our rail. We're going to make sure we have the locking portion closest to the tailgate. So we're going to set this down on top of our bed rail. We're going to line this locking portion, and we're going to line that right up with the end of that tailgate. Just going to make sure we have this lined up. So now we can install our clamp mechanism. So we're gonna have this slot here go into the part of the rail. It's just going to sit in there like that. And when we're installing these, we wanna make sure that we're not covering the crossbar cutouts. So we're gonna have this sitting on here, and this portion is gonna go in the bed rail and in our clamp. And we're gonna grab our bolt, slide that through the top. We're going to thread that in to the bottom part of that clamp. We're just going to lightly tighten these down, or we're going to tighten these down with a 5mm Allen key or the included Allen key. Just going to get that pan tight. And again, it's going to be 3 on each side. And now you can install your rail and clamps on the other side. All right guys, so now that we have both rails lightly installed, There's knobs on each end that once we get this into place, we're gonna twist in to tighten it down. We wanna get this on the inside of our rail. So might have to pull our rail out a little bit to get that down. Once we do, we can twist this knob here and tighten that down. Now we can just tighten this down. And now you can tighten that other side down. So now that we have our tonneau cover locked into place at the front, we're going to slide on our crossbars. So all we have to do is line these up with the slots on the rail. So it's just gonna sit over top like that, and there's 3 of these. So we're gonna keep doing that. Just gonna have these sit in the notches on both sides. So now that we have our cross beams on and our tonneau cover locked into place, we can tighten down our clamps with that 5mm Allen key. And now you can tighten the other 3 down on the other side. So now we're ready to unbuckle our cover. I have the other side unbuckled already. I'm gonna do that, let that hang, and we're going to roll this towards the tailgate. Then once we come down to the end, these notches here are gonna go into this hole. So once we have that lined up, we're going to pull down on this tab in the middle, hold that down. We're gonna fold that in, then we're gonna press down on each side until you hear a click. All right, then from there, you lift up on your tailgate, and your install is complete. So that's gonna wrap up the review and install on a Ram officially licensed locking roll-up tonneau cover for your 09 to 18 Ram 1500 with a 5.7 foot and 6.4 foot box and without a Ram box. Thanks for watching, and for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.